Home Economics is an exhibition that proposes 5 new models of life and 5 new domestic models. The exhibition is curated through 5 periods: hours, days, months, years, and decades. And we ask the participants to respond to this by saying, what does it mean to be at home for months? And how is that fundamentally different from what it means to be at home for decades? In the UK, we have a very severe housing crisis, and traditionally the way of addressing this is to say that we must construct more homes. In fact, we wanted to say that this is not a fundamentally economic or political problem. It's not a problem of just making more houses. It's also a crisis in how we live and how we manage our resources. When you think about those resources through time, you can begin to have some very strange effects on how we think about the built environment. In fact, if you just say, what does it mean to be at home for this period of time, then you can have very different results. In the Days Room, AIR, who are an artist collective, looked into the history of inflatable architecture. And their response was to say that if we are going to move every couple of days, it is not possible really to feel at home in a space, so we must take the space with us. When you arrive in a place, what's important is the Wi-Fi password, your Spotify account, your Facebook profile. This becomes your domesticity that you transport with you, and these zorbs become physical manifestations of this ephemeral bubble that we all live in today. In the Months Room, which was designed by Dogma and Black Square, they looked at the history of the boarding house. The boarding house was a place where you could arrive from anywhere, you didn't need a reservation, and you could hire a room for as long as you wanted to live there. You paid not rent, but a single price, which included cleaning, which included often meals and laundry, and you had your own private space. This model, in fact, would work very well for someone who was moving every couple of months. Dogma and Black Square were concerned that today it's as hard to move every couple of months as it is to move every couple of years. In the Years Room, Julia King started looking at where developers make their profit, and 20% of their profit comes from the interior furnishings and fixtures, which includes the floorboards, the painting, the light installation, the espresso machine that is built into the kitchen. When you begin to take these out, you can already have a big impact on the price. This also means that when you resell the house, it retains that low price. In the Decades Room, Hesselbrand looked into the idea of a home without functions. When you think about design through time, in fact what you say is, how can we create a home that becomes appropriate for someone who's 18 or someone who's 80? So instead of designing as we normally do with functions, this is the kitchen, this is the bedroom, these are the places for these activities, instead they created qualities of space. There is a lighter and a darker space, there is a dry and a wet space, there's a private and a public space, there is the space where all of your infrastructure is, and the space which has no infrastructure, and then soft and hard. The Hours Room is the communal living room of a social housing tower block. And the idea is that it's a domestic space shared between 12 or 16 people. It's designed really around 2 pieces of furniture, one which is a daybed and one which is a transparent wardrobe. When we were looking at the way that the bed is used today, we found some very strange things. In 2014, the bed became the most used piece of furniture over the sofa in the United Kingdom. This mainly has to do with the fact we're watching less live TV and we're watching more programs on laptops or on tablets. What this means is that the bed now has become the primary social space. It's where we engage with other people. The transparent wardrobe in the space, which we call a garderobe, is also based around this idea of sharing. It's filled with all the common household objects that a number of apartments might require. Is it really necessary that we all have our own vacuum cleaner? Or would it be better that we buy one vacuum cleaner between us and share it through time? Are we prepared to share clothes with our neighbor? And if so, would they be luxury clothes, or would we be prepared to share also socks and t-shirts?